Furbies. Furbies. Okay, yeah, here we are on the set, yes. So here's this Oscar. Marx cards. So...
Yes.
So I'm going to the convention on my own, into conventions, and yeah, so...
The plan is coming to fruition.
Yes. We have to release me, right? Yes, that's
yes, the accent is becoming faker and faker with every passing moment.
It is! It's becoming horrible!
It's like I'm imitating Colonel Clint very badly.
Not Odo a little bit.
Odo Kier. Well, if I was doing Odo Kier, the nipples would be out.
So, yeah.
So, tomorrow, we will be unleashing
Kitty
Key onto
an unsuspecting
populace.
You know how we always say Milpitas, San Jose? Well, that's where we're going. Exactly. That's where I'm going.
That's where he's going.
You're not going.
I will not be there because I cannot handle basking in the radiant glow of your raw sexual energy for too long.
This movie has an entirely different premise. Well, this here's Bacon 2015. And I'm going to go to something on space colonies at 10:30 on Friday. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, it took forever to register. So, it's, yeah, they said 9, but it was 10. So, there you go. And, yeah, so, there's some people in the line that have been going to this convention for over 10 years. I've only been going here since 2010. Second season of the Kal Kat show. Yeah, so now it's the 7th. So there you go. So I'm going to go to Space Colonies thing over there at Stevens Creek room and then let you know how that goes. So this is part of the movie about the events of this weekend. Such as it is. So, reading. Now, Clint Cowpoke. And that panel was supposed to be on seeing the stars from your space station. But what it was light pollution in the United States, relating to not being able to see the stars from Earth. It wasn't science fiction at all, so that's what it was about. Interesting having them talk about light pollution, but not ultimately about sci-fi in any way. I think now that it's almost noon, that I will dress in the other outfit, and then I will go to Fanime for an hour, come back here, and then come back here. And so we have a variety of exciting things going on. So that's what we do. It's sort of a variety thing anyway. That's what the show was. So that's what it's going to be. And it has started to get more crowded here. Yeah. Get it here. It doesn't matter. Continuity is not the issue. Bacon. Bacon. So here it is. Well, anyway, I'm going to go and check the dealer's room briefly, and then I'm going to go over to Fanime for an hour and come back here. So first, I can't film in there though. So I see it. I show up for 2 seconds and then I'm gone. Yes, and now I'm in front of the... Am I recording? Okay, I'm in front of the division. And I had a fine muffin. And yes, it was a banana nut muffin, and it was French. And I also had this tea, which is supposed to be peppermint, but they put so much ice in it, it is now peppermint water. But it is French. awesome. And this is Fanime 2015. And as you can see, there are a whole lot of people here. So check this out. This is where everybody goes when they've ditched Baycon. So we're gonna find out what they ditched Baycon every year for, and this is much more fun. So here we are. The kitty kids and lots of sportists, and yes, so there we are. I'm standing near the anime entrance here at the Convention Center in San Jose. Looks like this is McHenry Convention Center, where the Big Wow was done with Kal Kat and Marx cards. And here's the Kal Kat in the here as Kitty Key. But yeah, it's more people than you'll ever see appearing on any Kal Kat show ever. Because they're all here. Not for you, of course. Yes, just at Fanime, and somebody filming myself walking around. Anime, front entrance. Let's go inside. Let's go inside. Find out what's going on inside. Oh, hold on. I know what that is. I know what that is. It's a nine-tailed fox. Awesome. I know what that is. This is very exciting. Hey, let's see what we got in here. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's some guys doing a pose. Let's catch them. An action pose. Something. That's awesome. We're looking for the hub. Where's the hub? It's not the hub. There's a bunch of people going down this. There's a bunch of people going down this way, so I'm going to follow them. And if it's to the slaughter, then they're all going to get slaughtered. So here we go. It's like a Disneyland ride. Do 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 do. It's a street train there. There's a. That's cool. Yeah. And here is a samurai texting. Yes, they did that back then during the samurai times. They texted on their cell phones. Yeah. You just find a place. And where'd my hat go? I've lost my hat. It's gone. The hat is gone. I'm going to go find the hat. It's probably history, but I'm going to go find it. See if I can find the hat. I lost the hat. It's probably gone. So the $5 hat that was on the show for like well, not really on the show that much at all, but the $5 hat is gone. It's someone now has my hat. I think that's just funny. It's gone. So I'm gonna go back in and look around. I'm told there's a guy from Robotech here, but it costs too much to go in the dealer's room. So I'm just gonna wander around out here. And maybe we'll catch sight of some other anime characters from various series and various webisodes, and even on location. Oh yeah, you never know. It's possible. Spot where many people are going in and out of this ballroom. It might be cool. Oh, that's interesting. Yes. There's a cat girl. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Here. They got a guy with a big axe. Let's get an action shot here of this guy. Captain Hook. Let's keep it on. And anyway, I lost the hat, and yeah, someone now has the camo hat. And if you have the camo hat, go to the Kal Kat show later on and shout out on the website. But you don't need to bring it back. Just, you know, if you find the hat, just say, yeah, I found it. And put it on your website. And whoa, let's see what has website. Just turn around and get this guy. Just go, cool, okay. The other side. Yeah. Tower guys. Okay. And here you go, Marx cards. There you go. See what he's doing, everybody. Just won't believe the sheer number of people that are in here. It's impressive. It's really impressive. And here we have a guy doing the show. Okay, let's see the show. There he goes. Okay. Dude, I want you to photobomb me. This is Fanime, and lots of people going by. It is really, really hot in here because there are thousands of people walking by back and forth, and it's really hot here. Yeah, so yeah. So here we are, going down the line of all these people going the other way. Opposite of the people going the other way, so it looks like Michael Bay or something. Yes. Something. Regular show. So this is the end of the where everyone's walking back and forth. And on the other convention, we came around to this side, and that's the line to get into the other auditorium over there. Holy moly! So even if I had the tickets for this, it's not going to happen. I'd be in that long, long line. I mean, to get into that, just to get in the room and see them after getting the tickets. These guys have to wait to get back in there. That is just nuts. So they've started filing in that line to go into the other ballroom there. And more furries. There you go, Marx cards. There's another furry. Let's see. Guy.
We should go to this other guy.
On location first. Yeah. He didn't want to be on camera. Just saw him. Wanted to get my bag. There's nothing in the bag. Charging. Keep wanting it. Anyway. Look at that line. Okay, the other line is going in the building. I don't know what they're doing. They're going in, yeah, and now they're going. Now everyone else is siphoning this way to the other building, and soon it will be a madhouse. Is it already? What is that the line for?
I think for the store.
The store?
Yeah.
So yeah, briefly there was one location from the top. Post X. Yeah, so was it so far. Anyway, here is another line, and yes, I don't think he's in it anymore. Anyway, so we did not film him. Yeah. Let's see. If I film me walking past them, then it's like this weird sort of floating head amorphously in space. Oh, wait a minute, that was cool. You know what I want? I want somebody to like clip me the bird so I can put it on YouTube. Like this thing. Should I flip me the bird? So earlier there was across the crosswalk there was a guy, and he was like, he had a full-on like Ronin samurai outfit, except all of the lapels inside on his arms, they were like Coke. They were Coke can metal, and they said Coke Zero all the way on the side. So he was Coke Zero man, the samurai Ronin Kitty's modern version. He's plugging himself. That's it. This is where they all are, Bacon. They're all hiding over here. Yep. It's because Bacon is like for older people that, yeah, these kids are not going over there. Seriously, they're not. That panel I was in, I was the youngest one. It's like, come on. These kids are over here. Look at this. It appears here that Ash Ketchum of Pokemon has become a Pokemon. And this guy over here is sort of another guy. And that's where he is, a battle going over here. You may want to see that. There's that face floor, but there is that bird dude from last year. He's back. There he is. Bird dude. Lady. It's a lady. Didn't get close enough last year. Yeah. Oh, the year before, I mean. That was here instead of there. So that longer line went in the building, the ballroom, and they're all in there, but everyone else is out here, so it's a little cooled off a little bit. And yes, I'm not doing the voice at the moment. So well. Anyways, so Bacon anime. Yeah, but it's not spinning. Yeah, this guy over here isn't Aang. It's the guy after him, the instructor of Korra over there, from Legend of Korra. Yeah, I know what that is. So there he is, way over there. It's not Aang, it's Korra. And here we have Nine-Tailed Fox again. Yay! So yeah. Out in the courtyard, we have model people. And yeah, before too long, the model people will say, stop. But for now, they're not going to. So, I just got back from all that because, see, I got on the Elm Rock train by mistake and ended up past Tasman, and then I went back because it was almost immediately, and then there was another Elm Rock train instead of a train. So now I am. Yeah. So after an hour, it's now 3:40 almost. And yeah, I'm back from the other thing, even though it took me 25 minutes to get there and apparently an hour to get back. I'm not sure why the other train just didn't come. And then when it did, so here I am. I missed the panel, so I'm going to do things. It's a kitty thing, yeah. And since I'm not doing the accent, kitty is not going to do anything special. You know, they had like these posters up saying, you know, like various space women and whatnot, you know, yeah. You know, there's the new Battlestar Galactica Kareth race and all that, and it's like no, find that actress and get her to be there at the convention. Get Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, well, that's probably hard to do, but get those other people, you know, that used to be in, you know, Alien and stuff like that. Well, I went to the last 35 minutes of a panel that I got into at the Lafayette. That was the panel on the current publishing trends. And actually, they kept on topic and talked about current trends related to publishing, which, of course, are very interesting to be photobombed. So it's good to know where to publish and that kind of thing. I'll discuss that on the channel. That'll be interesting. Yes. As you know, Kal Kat is a publisher. Yes. So yes, self-published to a publishing company I no longer am with, and I'm trying to get my books back out. I've been working on the 7th books of Distant Destinies, and have just completed work on the 7th one with co-author John, or Marx, as his pen name is. His Kal Kat. The character is. I'm not doing it under Kal Kat, though. I'm doing it under a real name. But the idea of getting out and publishing stories for real now that they, as they said in the panel, think the Wild West. I would say it's more like the Wasteland crossed with like Zombieland, and getting your stuff published is disgusting. I think the second season of the Kal Kat show, even the first really talked about it, so it's always been a big thing. So, yeah, understanding the publishing world is quite difficult. That's changed completely. The big publishers aren't doing it anymore. I mean, the big bookstores aren't doing it anymore. Now it's time for people with niche and creativity to get out there, get a niche, and do something awesome. And these guys, apparently these gals and some other people have done some stuff that was very creative, and putting a visual spin on it, having like illustrations in the books, which goes back to the old school stuff. It's kind of like old school and new school together. Put them on. That's okay. So so a Bacon here. There's I was gonna briefly mention the curiosity about the Bacon here in non-character. That's Kal Kat, of course. But that the difference between this place and Fanime is that every time I go to a panel, everyone is at least 10 years old, except for the Winter Twins, who are younger. But it's like they're younger. But it's like, in order for this place to like get popular again, they're gonna have to like do stuff that gets the niche people back in, and they could. So it is possible. There's this disconnect between all the people that are like, say, they're between the teens and 20s. They're over at Fanime. They're over there. They're not here. All the other people are over here, except for those of us that like me that got on the train and went there, came back here again. So panels, exciting things. Kal Kat setting off. Yeah, it's going to go to another one on Wonder Woman's origins. I figure it's a Wonder Woman panel thing. But I want to catch this one thing before I forget about it. And they have a hilarious thing of diorama over here. I'm going to get a shot of that before I go to that other panel. Now this is hilarious over here. See, there's like a blank area. Somebody has set this up. See, there is some creativity out here with it. And I thought that it would be funny to show this. I guess I took the sign down, but so I want to see the sign here. It blew away. It's Wonder Woman's jet, and the joke is that it's invisible. Yes, it's a magnificent invisible jet. It's magnificent. It ripped off. It flew away. Yeah. Where's the cart? Where's the cart? So apparently, it has torn. It flew away, I guess. Or at least the sign did. Oh, the sign did? So yeah, it was the sign torn off and went flying. But yeah, so just after something happened with the sign. But this is supposed to be the invisible jet. That's funny. That's cool. So yeah, so we wanted to show the thing that the sign blew away, but yeah, it's invisible jet. Next panel, I guess. Yeah. Even in the case of this story, they had. I guess they couldn't get it, but they had, it's a Women of Wonder this time. That's the theme, and they had Wonder Woman jet as a joke, and the other stuff. But it's like, why didn't they get Linda Carter? Why couldn't they book her for this concert? If they had done that, they would get a bunch of, bigger crowd, because they would go, oh, Linda Carter, they used to play Wonder Woman. That's awesome. What happened there? Who's running the show? Yeah, that would be awesome. So I have some of the other ones there. Yes. It's Silly Kelly. I'm really late. I'm the last character for tonight's show. I'm gonna go to the Lafayette room and I'm gonna catch that humor in sci-fi fantasy horror panel. So I'm gonna go do that. And so I'm finally here. I will be back later too as well. Silly Kelly is in the building down the big corridor here in Star Trek, of course. And I'm wearing this shirt that I just bought. I'm wearing this shirt that I just bought. This new cat shirt from the store. So I'm gonna go up there to the Lafayette room and watch that thing. Now again, this is here's the hat. Yeah, I was in this is a panel that was supposed to be on humorous science fiction, but what it was story reading of the various humorous stories, including a troll story, an invisible person story, and another troll story. So sort of a lawn troll, and then a giant bridge troll, and then an invisible person. Yeah, because the other panel disappeared. Couldn't find it. It's gone. So there was this other panel, but didn't go to that. We went to this one. I went to this one instead, and that's what happened. So that's the end of the evening tonight. And the lady authors reading their stuff, and that was So anyway, that's the end of tonight's stuff. And if you're going to have panels about in general, like sci-fi themes, stick with the sci-fi theme and don't ramble on about how you're frustrated that education sucks now, or that you're frustrated that like the environment sucks now or something, because that's not as much fun as actually doing an honest to gosh like fun escape from reality. Every day you can have you can go to work or do whatever, and you've got well, those of you that have jobs, and you can go out and do that every day. So it's like, well, so why all the gloomy Gus guys? It's like do something that makes people want to come to this convention, because it is just not gonna last much longer with the people they got there for what they got there. They should have. Why not bring back Ursula K. Le Guin or something? Mercedes Lackey. Are they still alive? Bring them back. Have them be there. Why aren't they there? And it's totally awesome that they have fan guests of honor and everything. One day I shall be. But it's like, you just got to do, you got to do that because it's fun. So anyway, there's your Bacon recap so far. This briefly is a recap of tonight's Bacon events and Fanime events. Since I went over the whole thing, there is probably very little reason to have any kind of recap, except that I went to the Bacon convention this year was on a par with the one where I walked out the other years before. A couple of years ago, there was one where I walked out, and this was similar to that one. This was similar to that one in that the story overall, the theme was not really conducive of too much exciting goings on. Mainly, you have a lot of grumpy writers and producers and former animators and whatnot, and they're all there and they're being grumpy. So you have very little energy, new spark type of stuff. You have a lot of cynicism, which I guess is cool for a Kal Kat type of thing, but it didn't work as well this time. We are still going because we paid for the whole thing, so continuing with it. We're reviewing the panels, but Fanime is just so much more fun because you can see this massive contrast there. It literally was. It was like it was like night and day. If Fanime had all these young people are hanging out, they're having fun, they're dressed up in costume, having a great time, running around, doing little events and things, and that's the way it was when the stories introduced me to it. And then it was dropping off sort of after that. Yeah, and it's like it could be that again. There's they could bring in new blood.
Excellent.
And there were other people marching, carrying on and acting crazy by the bars all the way down when I got off the train, and there was like people were riled up anyway because it was the day after that, and all the adults from Fanime before they got drunk, so the next day they were just getting drunk more, and school had let out, so they were getting drunk. I don't know if they were specifically from Fanime or not, but there was a lot of activity. I went to I surprised the cast. I went to San Jose State and filmed at the site of San Jose State where On Location Undergrads was done, and the Journal, and the Valley Stories series went there as well. And I thought that would be a cool idea, so I just On Location Undergrads went there. Greetings. You guys lost my other hat, but I got this other hat. I've never even been to the Spring Valley Golf Course anyway. You're on the set of San Jose State, On Location Undergrads. This is where we filmed this in the 90s. This is San Jose State. And for the first time ever, after 20 years, being down here and check it out. And just wanted to throw this in the video because, why not? So here we are. Yes, before MTV did it, I did it. It was better than the MTV one. It was live. Yes. So there's no footage of it, but there you go. It was journals. Yes. On Location 1 was Pine Hill High School, and 2 was Evergreen College, and this is San Jose State. And here it is, about 20 years later, 22 years later. Class of 98 and class of 2008. And appropriately, I was dressed up in the Star Trek outfit. It was in the Star Trek thing that was the last season. So there you go. So they actually have this weird, surreal sort of Star Trek Chimera. Star Trek Undergrads. Chimera was later in the 2000s, but this crossover of me here, right now, right here at the University of Kal Kat and Marx cards. This is the Tower Hall thingy, and I decided to come over here on day 2 of the adventure. Yeah. Yes. Hello again. Just wanted to show a little bit of that Clark Hall back there. The Clark Hall, you see, was where Marx cards and I wrote and came up with many of the stories from these series, including Valley Stories later on. Yes, and Starcrackers. As you can see, the front of the building looks like a spaceship and Starcrackers. Yes. Not the Science Center. I think it's the Science Building, but no, this was before they built the Science Building. Starcrackers was in the 90s, you see. Now they've built this giant monstrosity over here. And it's new. So, yeah. Well, those are the Olympian guys. Note that it also could be a gesture. Not what they intended, but yeah. And there is Dwight Bentel Hall. And over there is the children's area where I, as a young kid, was over there. Yeah. I went to that. Yep. So they've added some new buildings over here. They've added this new psych building and another new campus building. So a lot of it doesn't even look the same anymore. But Dwight Bentel Hall is still the same until they do something with that. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they leave the building, even though they moved the journalism department. But this is where the Spartan Daily was. Dwight Bentel, the building was named after him in the 80s. and he lived to be over 100 years old. So yeah, saw him at his birthday party in April of 2010, I think it was, about a year after Dad died. So yeah, he was 100 then, and he passed away 2 or 3 years later. But here we are on the set, and this is Mental Hall. It still is. Yeah, they took all the ivy down. But there it is. And there's the Spartan Daily up there. Oh no! So anyway, let's turn it over to me. So any Star Trek Chimera role-playing game fans will note that I described it just like the building, didn't I? Cool. And Valley Stories. But yeah, the new buildings are new. They're this year and the year after. So this is the old one. Huh. Everything's closed for the holiday. And then we have the new student center. You can see parts of it. On the other side, near the science building, it's really ugly. But on this side, I got all the trees that are old in front of it. And here is the unintentionally hilarious monument, which they built like the monument in the park nearby. They built this thinking, oh, this will look like Spanish or something. But also, the Germans would recognize that as an eagle. I don't think that was their intent, but it's hilarious. Yeah, so that was not their intent. No, there's the building. There's the new Spartan Daily. I don't think anybody's in there though. And some of the old building is left. So the husk of the old building is way back there. They still kept all the cement and all that. I'm not going to get that close to it. There it is. They might freak out. You know, it tells you how long ago the 90s was. This was a street. There was a road right here. There was like a road, and they were tearing it up to like make this walkway in the 90s. It's hilarious. I'm sure the city police will be here to arrest me. Oh. And over in the event center, I've seen DC Talk and Jennifer Knapp and Prince. Back when he was the artist formerly known as Prince. That's an interesting combination. Christian rock and Prince. Yeah. There we go. In the 90s. And the early 2000s was the Jennifer Knapp thing. Mid 2000s. DC Talk. Prince would have been the 90s. Let's see. Ooh, and this is, of course, the Marx Carts building. The Student Wellness Center, which is new. This year. Or the year before, probably. Just new. It's not the Marx Carts building, but it should be. Then we have Sweeney Hall. Well, the English classes. Yeah, so when I started recording, I recorded near Dudley Moorhead. And that was where the Marx Cards was most of the time in the film department. Or TV app. There. I wonder if I can get through over here. There's Sweeney Hall. I don't know. It doesn't look like. I may be trapped back here. Excellent. It's screwed. So yeah, this used to be a road too. That tells you how long ago the Kal Kat show was over here. Anyway, it looks like I'm gonna have to cut through the other way to get back out of here. This is a dead end. So gotta go back the other way. It's like playing that maze room. Over there's those are the dorms. Where all the dorm stuff happened. Just beyond that is the building where I actually washed pots and pans. So now we're gonna go over to Fanime, come over there, and then we go back to Bacon and film there. So let's do this. Day 2. I'm walking back past the event center, and I went to San Jose State to give you all a treat as to what's going on back at the alma mater. I should have worn the San Jose State hat. The irony is I've not. Yeah, the irony. So yeah, this building is not open yet. Yeah. Across from journalism department. It was the journalism department. Is the faculty building, which was formerly another hall where there were some other English classes. Ooh. From around here, it's really musty in there. So somewhere behind the trees is the Dudley Moorhead Hall. There somewhere. You can't even see it, really. It's the saucer section dish. Fountain thing. All kinds of names are in it. There's Dudley Moorhead Hall. That's through there. Yeah. I think I once had a class in the music building too. I don't know what. It wasn't music. It's weird. And the MLK library. Just fairly new. That was the 2000s. They tore down something called the Walquist Library. I doubt they even know that anymore. Yeah. Anyway, back to where I started. So I went to San Jose State, which was the site of many on-location journals, including on-location 3rd series undergrads and 6th, 7th series of Valley Stories. You may remember the Valley Stories term from the blog, the video blogs of Valley Stories, that were taken down because they just had too much of us, and yeah, and the family and the cast members, and it wasn't funny. So they took that down. But yeah, but seeing the actual San Jose State again and how much it's actually evolved from since the 90s and 2000s was an interesting journey for the alma mater to go back there and check that out. It was interesting. There was even a protest that had started going over there. Apparently, the protest was going to march over to Fanime, and there was this background thing of this overzealous church Christian group decided to march over there, and there was another on-location person of the other group that was, I think, one of the San Jose State people. She was at the Fanime thing. One of the daily people before, apparently covering it. So yeah, I was not covering it, which was funny because like they were starting. They were gathering for their protest over there by the MLK library. There were people gathering. And I was like, I don't work on the Spartan Daily anymore, so I'm not going to cover this. Because I don't need to. You go on with your protesting. And then there was that's from over there. There's some kind of a zombie coming this way.
Pretty sure that exists.
Where's Waldo? Whoa. Let's see. What should the names? Yeah, that's not a name. Well, there's a lot of wounded Romans there. There's Waldo again. But he's just wearing a hat.
There's no way to own.
So there's a parade. Oh, this Kal Kat. Yeah. Now I'm gonna walk the aisle. It is a kitty key. An actual other kitty key. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, there you go. So what you need is a furry cat. That's not gonna happen. Okay, let's see. Walking along the runway. Walking along. Now today, oh, look at that. That's just impressive.
I'm pretty sure they did.
There's a Orion bear. Not really, but that's what they look like. And so all of those names are like from Fanime characters or anime characters. And here is a board. And here we come to some pirates or something. A pirate, yeah. That's cool. I just saw it fallen. I think I just saw an on-location person. It wasn't in costume though, so probably wasn't. Let's see. There's a giant something over there. So we're getting a lot of the ones going the other way, but it's going this way. If I can get ahead of that giant something, I can film it. I break the fourth wall. Yay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, there it is. It's a minion Captain America. That's different and creative. Yeah, so go ahead. Go to Bong.
Pictures? Yeah.
Giant banana pencil. And some people in front. I know what that is over there too. One of the buns here. I've seen that. It's a Street Fighter character. Ryu. It's not that I don't know everybody. So if it's old school, I don't. I think the music is weird enough that
That was a Roomba. Got the thing that cleans your apartment. Next up, we have a lounge.
This way. They're all hiding here. So they're all coming out of this room, the auditorium. They're all going this way. So.
Wow.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Pose. So yes, that is Fanime today. Yeah, so in the background, and oh, look at this. Oh, we got somebody's head. They photobombed it. They ruined it. Okay. Get it on the uptake. There. There.
Thank you.
Hey, cool. What is that? It's cool. Yeah. So, I don't know. There's essentially your Claire Har and Reinville. So, just in case you were wondering, who they were, they're all from games. All of them.
I don't know about you guys, I really love watching you.
That looks more like a shadow box.
I got my reasons. Maybe this year. Alright, so we have a couple more videos for you guys. So
this guy, we tried to get yesterday, is. Yeah, there were some interesting characters. Oh, then there was this sort of meme character with a little Cubert-like looking face, but it's not Cubert. And the meme guy, and these other young, I guess they were teenagers, probably like 16 or something. They're like, "Oh, that's so 2011." It's hilarious. Yeah, I didn't film that either. So there's some stuff that you didn't get on camera for you from that. You gotta have saxophone out here. That's the whole deal right there. There's Nine-Tailed Fox with Roman. Not really. Check this out. How is it? They're doing some kind of disrupting me. Also at Fanime, you can put all this together in order if you want to. Also at Fanime, there was when the protest started, I was standing at the light rail station, and there was a blue anime girl, literally was painted blue, and was annoyed that her friends hadn't showed up yet, and that she was worried that if the protests got too excitable, she might not get in. And she was over there, and her friends showed up, and then she led one of them away, and he was wearing a wolf head. And there was another person who was wearing an eyeball head, and I didn't get a picture of it. Head with like eyes all over it. Something out of a Dove-tastic video. Looked weird. Excellent. But yeah. And they were very blitzed, and then there were protesters that were also equally blitzed. And then I went over to Fanime, where the protest hadn't started yet. And I got out of there before it did. I was at Fanime again, and actually got a few people to actually wave hi and stuff and pose on the camera, instead of just filming them randomly. But I don't think I want to do that tomorrow, because we've done that, so don't need to do that.
I'd like to do
They were a little annoyed that I did that, but not as annoyed as the hostess earlier about somebody else. I walked by there was this other host table, like for like a faux Starbucks place in the store, and this very mentally challenged guy who wasn't all there, he was mad about something else, so he grabbed the thing of spoons. And there was like this cup, this little like bucket full of spoons, and he goes, "Ah!" And he just throws down the spoons, and these spoons go all over the table, and he just kind of, and then he walked over to like the other waitstaff, and they're like, "Oh," And then he sort of walked off. And they had to pick up the spoons. I don't think he was an employee. I think he was just some guy that got pissed at the spoons. Excellent. Maybe he is trying to be like the guy from The Room and having pictures of spoons in his head. The spoons, hi Mark, hi doggy, like the guy from The Room. But he didn't really look like him. He looked sort of doughy and blonde, kind of. He didn't really, yeah. He wasn't me, no. But no, he was this other dude. He had like, yeah, I'm not going to describe him completely, because what if he watches this? So I'm going to go into a panel, either at Ballroom A on Science Fiction Sex, or in Ballroom, or in the Bayshore room. It's a little after 1. It's 1:08. And either that or the culture one. Probably the Ballroom one. Yeah, so one there, and I'll tell you about it. Because after all, Bill Clinton would totally go in a place like that. But it'd be funny if I said something I wanted to prove that accent. At Baycon, I arrived at about. I was originally gonna try their food, but then I decided not to because I realized their hamburgers were $15 for a hamburger, just the burger. And I know it isn't a great burger because I had them before. Just okay. You'll probably find a better one at Five Guys. So I didn't want one of those. And had I would have stopped at Five Guys on the way up there if I wanted that, but I didn't. So I brought the Togos from down the block, brought it into the bar, the area next to the bar, sat down and ate the Togos. And then went on to, yeah, one of the hostesses was like, oh. So the panel I was just in was on Gamergate, on gaming and misogyny. It wasn't what it said in the program, really. And now I'm going to go to another panel, it's 2:30, on how is Yahoo good for publishing. It's right over here. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next. Yeah, so I'm going to get in there because I think it's starting. So yeah. Oh, okay. Also, then there was a long discussion about that I didn't film either, about gamers being dicks on games and threatening people and threatening to go to their houses and stuff. And I've seen that on blogs and memes and stuff, but I didn't know it was also on games. I assume it was. And apparently on World of Warcraft and other places like that, it's not moderated very well. So apparently the gamer ladies were really complaining about that at this one panel. That these jerky, immature people and probably young boys are on there going, "No, you're stupid, I'm gonna follow you around and acting like assholes." And it's like they figure, they're anonymous, so no one's gonna figure out who they are. With their anonymity. Then I don't know if they're in anonymous. Probably not, because they're stupid and they don't know what they're doing. But yeah, not saying gamers are stupid. I'm saying those people are posting bad stuff about people, and then they say, oh, "I'm gonna come after you." Yeah, those trolls. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, they are stupid. So yeah, trolls are stupid. And it's like, no, they can't come after them because that would be harassment. Yeah, and then we go to jail. Yes, it would be amusing. Yeah. Just got out of that panel on is Amazon ruining publishing? It was very interesting. They had the guy from the Borderlands bookstore there from San Francisco, John. Yeah, so that was cool. John Waters had met him once, which was cool. Yeah, John Waters, and also I think Marx Cards and I have been to that bookstore. But yeah, so there were some other people. I think. Don't really have anything else about that other than it was an interesting panel on whether the self-publishing or the Amazon publishing or that kind of thing goes on. It would be boring to go on about that though than this, because that would be silly. So I'm not going to do that. But I will give you an imitation of Ronald Reagan. I can't remember it all anymore. Tear down the wall, whatever that is. Yeah, that's my Ronald. So I am going to go to, well, the panel already started. I'm going to go to a panel on, I think the sci-fi Kat. Yeah, so I want to go to that and then come out. Yeah, so. Here's my tag communication. Yeah. Sound like Mike Chico for that way. Yeah. My young sakes, Mary, they built this thing for fall.
So there are more people on Saturday, including up there and down here. Yeah, so I'm going up there.
Another Mike graduating from another lake. It may be
So, you are looking soon? Yes. I did not go to the panel. While I dragged around, went to the dealership and got the Winter Twins autographs. And now the panel, it's been like an hour, so I didn't go to that panel. Yes, I was supposed to do the annual update on stuff. Probably more of that tomorrow. But let's just say that Distant Destinies 1 through 7 are ready. However, there's tweaking going on a little later on. Yeah, so I have to find a group, a publisher for that. And Star Trek Chimera is coming. It was supposed to be here already, but now it looks like it'll be here probably on Valentine's Day. Valentine to the fans of not 2015, but 2016. And so that's not too far off. So if not then the summer of 2016 for the anniversary, the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. More of a big event anyway than the 49th, right? So why not? So, you gotta perfect it. It needs to be perfected. We finished over half of it, and last year didn't film a lot of it, so since the last discussion, didn't film a lot of it. So, still working on that. And other projects. So yes, this movie is also being done right now. It's very meta. Yes, greenlit this to be a movie. Because why not have Kal Kat have a Bacon movie? Again, like we did in 2011. So here it is, another one. Tentatively titled the Kitty Cave movie, but he's in it for like about a third of it. So, oh well. So everyone else it's by Kal Kat. So yeah, there you go. Bacon. There were more people here today, and so completely devoid of people, but still, it's enough. I guess still not enough of the middle generations going into the panels. So anyway, that's it for the evening, I guess. This evening. There you go. Bacon 2015. But yes, I did not comment on the panel because yes, that would be demented. Although at this other panel, I encountered the bookstore guy. I think I mentioned that on the other recap. The guy that ran the bookstore in San Francisco that was really famous, that met John Waters. Not Marx Cards and I had met him once. He kind of acted like John Waters a little bit. Sort of his other cousin or something. And he said, oh yes, and he mentioned the same thing that he mentioned to us when we visited over there. He said, yes, John Waters came into my store once, and he was all like, you know what I'd like to talk about? Shoplifting. I was like, what? That was pretty funny. So he talked about being a juvenile delinquent. There's ambient noise from the Giants game in the background. Excellent. That's the way to review Bacon for day 2, Saturday. Kal Kat. And, well, there's not a lot much to add because I sort of recapped each thing that I did. No, there was... Although apparently somebody did get kicked out of the convention yesterday. They got kicked out for groping someone. Excellent. That's messed up. But yes, also yesterday, out of context, I saw another on location person, Evelyn, who was there doing hosting on the other side yesterday. Yes, another on location person. Ooh. It's funny that like at the conventions, when it is a particularly homely convention goer, goes for men or women, gets groped, they don't complain. It's odd. I think they would. Like, somebody's groping. Ooh. No. They probably would too, but it is interesting that like the ones that are semi-hot complain more. This goes for the dudes too. That's just the chicks. Someone did actually touch my ass a couple times. And I didn't mind. Yeah. I was all, who did that? Oh my. I hope it was, well, a creature of some kind. But yes, I wasn't offended. So, yeah. But yes, he did talk about that. So there you go. There's my recap for day 2. Day 3, actually. Yeah, day 3. No, day 2. There is no day 4. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow we're not going to Fanime. Tomorrow Kal Kat in the Martial Sportist. Kal Kat is as Kirk. The Martial Sportist will be on hand for that. They're just the 2 characters. And we will see how that works. We were Riker or Wesley this time around, but and Locarno. Yeah, next time we gotta do other ones. Though it was actually livelier today. Partly because a lot of them had been inebriated the night before. And there was this one guy that was talking about, this one dude, he's talking about his wanting to have a chocolate party at like 6. And and gave me a ribbon, but I didn't go. I'm here now and it's 6, so I'm not going. So, there you go. I didn't go. Yeah, I wanted to go home. Yeah. It's all about me. It's all about the Shatner. Ego is not what it is strong. Anyway, sorry. Greetings again. This is Kitty Key, the Martial Sportist, and this is the final day of ACON. Yes, done with the Fanime yesterday. Clint Cowpoke was on campus, but he went out of character and started talking like Kal Kat, and then, so it was okay. But yes, and then we went to the other thing, and then Kal Kat, as Clint Cowpoke / Kal Kat, in Star Trek outfit, walked out onto the stage, and he shouldn't have been there. That was funny. So yes, there was a stage, and he walked out onto it, and everyone was looking at it. It was hilarious. But yes, the models and everything, hopefully he's on somebody's website. But yes, yes, this is going to be the panel. Immediately we're going to go up there and see the panel on our multi-part movies too much. Multi-part movies from one book too much, I guess, like Lord of the Rings. Because if they mean like the comic book ones, those weren't multi-part from one book. The Marvel movies are many books. Many books. And there was a writer's workshop, which is only for certain people. If I had a writer's workshop at BayCon, it would be for everybody. Yes. But yes, yes. Of course, everybody that's serious about writing. Everybody. But yes. Anyways, so yes. And I have updated the Distant Destinies blog. I took down all of the old stuff because it did not work. And I said, okay, the new stuff is coming, and this is a page on the new stuff. This is going to be updated finally after all these months, almost over a year. It looked like it was under a year, June of 2014. So it had not been updated for a year. But yes, it will be awesome. And going to the other thing, and also Marx Cards wanted to see the Trekkie-O, and I have his costume under this, and you will see him later. But for now, Kitty Kid, the Martial Sportist, his garish red outfit. Just to advertising his awesomeness. His ego is even bigger than the master he trained. It's amazing. Yes, if he had a Sinquin uniform, he would wear it. Because he's like that. And yes, he would go to
to the Fanime, like encourage people to whop him on the butt, because he totally would do that. Yes. Not here though. No, he wants other people to whop him on the butt, you see. That is okay. He's consenting. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Yes, and what's funny is there's like a Christian conference behind me on the other side of the convention. Yeah, I should be in church, but I'm not. Okay, I haven't gone to the panel just yet. I will go to the panel about the movies, long movies and such. But I just wanted to show you that Captain Kirk is in the building, because he is. Yes. I think it's Satanic Crane from Boston Legal, but that wouldn't make sense. Because this is like Chris Pine Kirk, if you didn't know what that is. Why is everybody in this movie series so angsty? It's like they're all teenagers. It's some kind of imitation of Road Rules or something. Reality TV. It's like Spock and Uhura. What's the deal with that? Why would that happen? Besides, never saw Uhura with anybody except Scotty in Star Trek V, which didn't make sense either. Because clearly Uhura's not interested in either sex. Except the one time that they kissed Kirk. But she kissed Kirk because the aliens made her kiss Kirk. She obviously didn't want to. It was like, yes, she was probably all, well, I know what he's been. I don't want to touch that. No, Kirk's been around. So yes, he has. He's done everything. He's probably bi. Or try even. Because he'll do it with aliens that don't even look remotely human.
There were other people there, but there was a lady from Buffy the Vampire Slayer there. It wasn't Buffy, though. It was somebody else. It was one of the guest starring roles. There was a couple of famous bloggers there. That was encouraging because they were only famous for a couple of years. Kal Kat show could take off. If it goes viral, I'll be at Bacon next time.
So, I just got out of a panel on our multi-part movies, good or bad. Multi-part movie adaptations of stories, good or bad. Mainly it was on Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, with a little bit of Twilight, and a little bit of Divergent. And yeah, it was interesting, because originally the panel started out with 2 people. I was in it. I wasn't in the panel, but there were 2 people. And then 3 or 4 more came about halfway through, and then finally they had 6 people in there. And the panelists, one of the panel ladies showed up about 5 minutes into it, 10 minutes into it, and she was the lively one. So they were like going on about the guest speaker was the lively one. That's good. So yeah, that was cool panel, and yes, and they were talking about young adult fiction. As you know, Kal Kat. I've done some young adult fiction, the fictional adventures, for instance, which some of my characters ended up online randomly, and they're not me. I've renamed them, but I haven't been able to option that as that series as a actual publishable work, because it is so close to the actual Pine Hill stuff location. It's sort of on location that even under the semester's premise, it's more like evergreen. People would know from looking at it that it is that, and like the original Silly Trek and Star Trek Meets On Location, Versus to Chimera, and Mary Sue as well. They would know that I was doing them, and they would read that and go like, okay, you can't use me in there. That's clearly my character or whatnot. So yeah, that's why that has not been optioned as a story. So yeah, you will not see the fictional adventures as a series in the foreseeable future, unless it was completely radically changed. If it's radically changed, then it's no longer about Pine Hill. So there you go. Next panel will probably be on a writing workshop. So there we go.
Back by popular demand, the Gopher Hole. That's right, the Gopher Hole is back, and it's still suggestive. The Gopher Hole 2015. Gopher Hole, alright.
just got out of this panel on, because I was talking about young adult fiction. So I went into the young adult fiction panel. That's what that was about. I wasn't on the panel. I was just talking about it. And I didn't mention my story in there, of course. But yes, yes, they talked about young adult fiction and rebellion, and they were on topic. So yes, one of the Winter Twins was in there. I have skimmed through one of their books, and yeah, they're modern day prodigies. This is awesome. So cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. So that is that panel. I think I'm going to go into the writing workshop panel next. And yeah, so it's okay. Silly Kelly here with a quick costume change. Because yeah, he's funnier than Captain Kirk. Yeah. So there. I guess I'll go to another panel. So. And yeah, do that. See what happens. But do not try the banana nut muffins. It tastes the best. Next panel will do that. Let's get a shot of the overall look here. Because there have been more people that showed up. Sort of wandering around. There's a light. Anyways, greetings. This is my blog thing on women of Star Trek, and yeah, gender politics of Star Trek. An interesting panel, and it looks like we're coming near the end of the event. I'm dressed like Kiki, and here we are. It's 5:10 or so right now. Let's see what's going on out here. Yeah. There was a panel on women's roles in Star Trek. That was interesting. There was very little discussion of the LGBT part of Star Trek. A little bit of it in there. There was the interracial kiss of Kirk and Uhura. And decades later, there was a Deep Space Nine one with Dax and the Trill. However, they copped out on that because that episode, because the other Trill was her former husband in a past life, so technically she wasn't really a lesbian. She was in a past life or something. So they chickened out. But Andrew Robinson, who played Garrick, he deliberately tried to make his character kind of campy, so that he would come off as kind of that way. And he got away with it because Berman Braga didn't seem to notice that he was actually saying lines like, "Oh, Dr. Bashir, how nice, what a nice young man, how nice we've met." It's like, okay, yeah, he's not straight. Which is fine, it's the future, so why not? Yeah, we should have LGBT captain on a Star Trek ship, but as I've said in other posts, if you're going to do that, do it like they did Picard being bald, and it's just not an issue. Like, Picard, no, it's not an issue. He's bald, so what? So it would be an issue. So if the captain has a date with some other dude on the ship, it's whatever. It's the future. So that's the way I would play it. I haven't written too many LGBT characters in my stories. I tend to imply that some of them are, and then just not go there. I don't go there. No filming beyond this point. I just filmed beyond that point. Dun, 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 dun. This kitty is a mousel spottest. It is just gloriousness of the filming of Specon, of the finale part, and it's going to be beautiful. Wow. Apparently he's a Mad Hatter. There's a man. There's a smiling back. There. 11 are vampires. Excellent. We should have vampires. Transylvania and all that stuff. And there is a devil of some kind. Yes, there are devils and devils and vampires. Your grab stuff off the tables, but I have no idea what all of this is. I'm sitting at a table. It's not my table. I don't have a table. The kitty key is filming the film. Rack focus. Rack focus. Action shot. Michael Bay. Michael Bay. Michael Bay. And they haven't taken the sign down, but it still says close up Gopher's Hole in 3D. Well, not 3D, in high definition. Gopher Hole coming soon. The story of a gopher who has a hole. A gopher hole. And then, of course, we have zombies. Let's go find the zombies. They're out of the stories, who are dressed as the Blues Brothers to finish the story with a scale down the great steps of Zoth. Because it will be beautiful. Yes, Kitty, it will be. It will be gloriousness. It will be German. So we've talked to the Winner twins, and yeah, they're very genius. They're geniuses, like Einstein or something, but with words. Despite this learning difficulties, they are geniuses. That's rather impressive. So here we are. It's cool in this corridor. Very Star Trek looking. Yeah. Looks like a large cathedral-like area used for human sacrifice. That would be awesome. Human sacrifice. I don't know where this is, actually. Looks like there's some kind of a meeting going on over here. Is there an escalator? Probably. I'm going to assume going this way lead to some kind of cheesy found footage video later on. I was trying to do an unbroken take there until you can just put me in the middle of that because the kids got in the way. So yes, I am not going to film that. I'm going down the stairs. I'm going to film that. You can add it here. Kitty key at the big hall, and yes. And yes, you will see more of the Kitty Key. But this isn't the movie just about Kitty Key. It's got all the Kal Kat stuff in it. So there you go, big on Kal Kat, Fanime adventure. And yes, I did walk onto the stage at that other point and wasn't supposed to. And now, I've walked into this room that I'm probably not supposed to be in either. That's just the way we roll. Yes, that's just the way we roll. Problems. I wonder how many millions of people have done this. But they've done it with cell phone cameras, and I bet it didn't look good.
And the mall destructions, the glorious look at all the cars and the peoples out there that will be gathering at that soccer game ends. I go now. There's the bloody train. It is now leaving, and I'm not across the street to get on it. Oh shit. Oh no. And over there is Levi Stadium. I missed the train. No. Fix me. I missed the train. Well, hopefully there will be another one soon. There goes the train. There's Levi Stadium. It's right next door, and they're having a earthquake soccer game over there. It doesn't look very crowded at the moment, but I wonder if there's any way to get over there. Well, I'm not going to film at this point, so yes. Well, that's it then. From Bacon and Fanime, and 2015. That's Kitki, the martial sportist, and Kal Kat, of course, and same person. Signing off, and yes, live long and prosper. So yes, yes, if you want to write a story, it's Kal Kat and Marx cards, as I've often said, just write a story. Yeah, there's really no rhyme or reason to putting together a story. The creative juices can flow, so to speak, and produce a story, that's viable. Sometimes it's easier for people to make a video blog that has a story in it. I think that the other panel that I was at, where they were talking about a certain kind of blogging where they made these commercials for television, was more high-end than they said, because in the thing they were talking about making video blogs and vlogs as well, but getting actual actors from Hollywood under low pay scale to come and be in the movie because they agree to be in it. Some of those things like Bat in the Sun, and that kind of does that. That's more high-end than the Kal Kat shows. Those are professionals. So that there's a certain professional quality to that you don't get when you get like one of my things. So yeah, the Kal Kat thing is not famous for that and doesn't have that yet. Someday it will, though. Someday I will have a panel. I will be a panelist on Bacon, if it's still around. Hopefully it will be. Yeah, this is only a 3-day event this time, 72 hours production, and we went to the whole thing. I don't think Mark's cards could have handled it with his knees. He probably would have had to wait around at panels while I went around and did all the other things and came back. So yeah, he didn't want to be in doing all that when he didn't have the money, and now we don't have the money. So yeah, it'll be a little while before there's another panel. And yes, much of it was the catering and the meals, not so much the purchases. There were a few purchases in the store, including a shirt, and of course the Winter Twins books. So yeah, I mean, we could get famous off the Star Trek spoofs and stuff. Yeah, probably not the Starcrackers movie, although I did mention that at the convention earlier on the first day to the Harry Potter spoof lady and her friends that were selling their books. I didn't buy any more of those, but they were talking about how they got a critical review of their book. Now they were like, oh, why didn't her friends say it sucked? Oh, or whatever. Her friends said it sucked, and I said, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was like, well, it's not exactly a good review, but yeah, the friend was being mean. But yeah, so it's like like I said, well, I've done worse. I was in a fan film when I was in my 20s, from college and high school. Some of us in high school, and yeah, we didn't have any girls, so we just put falsies on and pretended to be the girls. And I had a beard, and so I had a beard. I didn't think to shave it, so I was all like, okay, I'm gonna drink this. I had to drink some coffee at one point. And beard, there's a beard. That's funny. But yeah, what we do for art, you know. So yeah, but yeah, so anyway, so yes, so yeah, that's pretty much the recap of Bacon here, and whatnot, and hopefully there will be more of these crazy vlog movies in the future. This is this one, and yes, so enjoy the wine. And I think I may have half an hour of the camera being on in my backpack on here, which would be awesome. I didn't mean to. I meant to check it out. Oh, so anyway, yeah. So that's it then.